Jack Sue was always a favorite of mine. Well known for a lot of people for his appearances on Barney Miller, of course. The infamous MASH episode where he played this uh, mafia guy who loved uh, uh, the colonel's desk made of oak, and eventually Hawkeye and Trapper John make a deal with him to get certain things that the 477 needed. But Jack Sue, again, he died way too early, but what he was known for a lot of people in my generation was his great performance in a season 3 episode 6 called Werewolf. And according to many people, the tagline, "This is a police station, not a horror movie," has lasted of all time. Now, it came out in 1976. This beloved episode features the second of 6 appearances by character actor Kenneth Tiger. Here in his most famous characterization, Romanian-born Stephen Kopechny, a later seen in Possession, who was born on a full moon and claims to be a real werewolf. Harris and Wojo catch up to him and bring him in, itching to be put in the cage so he won't be able to kill maybe again. Detectives have been on duty for 24 hours due to a swine flu epidemic, and the pretty nurse, Janet McLaughlin, has to fend off a determined Harris while a fearful Wojo tries to avoid inoculation. Eventually, an elderly couple, John Lormer and Queenie Smith, her second of 2 appearances, just arrive in New York, only to be robbed by the cab driver. The husband isn't too happy with the weirdo in the cell, and you didn't want to go to Yellowstone to count the bears. Knowing the full moon outside, super cool Yamada actually begins to sweat at midnight when Kopechny starts growling, panting, and howling, "Oh! Barney! Barney!" Jack Sue cries out, yelling for again Mr. Miller to return. "Now down, Mr. Kopechny," Barney says, telling the captain how he saw hair grow out of Kopechny's face. And Barney said, "It's called a beard. Haven't you seen one before?" Yamada says, "Not in my family." What's the last time you saw an Oriental with a full beard, other than Wheeler, Utah? Now, at the end of a long night, Fish is actually looking forward to seeing his wife Bernice. That's a running gag in the show, until Barney reminds him that absence make the heart grow fonder, and Fish says, "So a little longer wouldn't hurt." But Yamada, when he sees the person in the cage, start almost to transform like a reject from Universal. But why Barney Miller was so successful? It was wasn't a multi-camera show. Very rarely they leave the the police room, and Max Gale and the other character actors in the show made it work. Now, this was a slow burn episode. You wouldn't see that in Three's Company or even sometimes MASH. But the seriousness of this, it doesn't put down mental illness. Barney doesn't really say you're not allowed to be crazy. Barney says, "Get down, Mr. Kopechny," which is kind of weird because Romania is well known for, Dracula's, werewolves, all kind of stuff. Now, I don't know if this is available. There was many years ago, I think VHSs of Barney Miller through maybe some kind of CBS release, CBS Viacom or international. I've rarely see it, but if you can find the episode on YouTube or whatever, it's a beloved episode. So we like to thank IMDb and the poster that put this together. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I really miss Ava Goda. I miss everybody with the show. Hal Linden. Linda Lavin was on the show as well. Barney Miller was the magic time for CBC because we had Barney Miller, we had Taxi, we had WKRP in Cincinnati, we had Three's Company, we had MASH, we had After MASH, Trees a Crowd, all the Laverne Shirley, Happy Days, all this stuff. CBC in New Brunswick had the best shows, the best comedies, and always came on before Macmillan and Wife or Beretta or even Night Gallery or Longstreet or whatever. I felt so fortunate to see Barney Miller in its prime before it won the Best Emmy for Best Comedy, and I really missed the show because I know it sounds weird, but 48 years ago, the reason why I think I was so inspired to be a writer, I've never written entertainment yet, maybe down the road, to just see the quickness of the writing. You need a good cast and a good script. And Barney Miller, to me, is a top 10 sitcom of all time, despite the fact in the 70s it was pretty dangerous. We know Son of Sam and 77 and all that. So were they parodying themselves? But it was so minimalistic, like the lead-in, like the bass playing. Pretty freaky. So if you like what we're saying about the vintage TV shows here, let us know. Like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, if you're in New Brunswick, no fires. Thank you.